Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
And my name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singatoka.
My name is Alfripi and Today FM rocks here in Tabwa.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilay Tiambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks here in Osur.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, national budget passed in Parliament. Debate on alcohol taxes hits Parliament floors. And Navy sailors to be sentenced next week.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Smith.
But first tonight, the Fiji Independent Commission Against Corruption is expected to conduct further interviews with SEDELPA leader Sitiveni Rambuka this week. This has been confirmed by Rambuka, adding that FICAC requested he return to Suva today for further interview. Rambuka was campaigning in Vanua Levu earlier this week. However, the rest of his tour has been cancelled and he's now making his way back to Suva. SEDELPA parliamentary sources were the first to inform FBC News about this development this afternoon, with one parliamentarian saying this issue for Rambuka with FICAC is bigger than the last one. Meanwhile, FICAC says it will not make any comment on this matter at this time. Rambuka is currently facing charges by FICAC under Section 24 of the Political Parties Registration, Conduct, Funding and Disclosures Act of 2013. When the 2018-2019 national budget was passed this morning, along came with it 14 consequential bills. The bill was debated, voted and passed by both sides without any delay, despite opposition MP Biman Prasad saying it had been rushed. Akusita Tale reports.
The government last month introduced 40 new fiscal reforms and policies as part of the 2018-2019 budget.
These reforms have been outlined as part of the budget address or otherwise set in the budget estimates, the supplements or the information packages that have been released by the Ministry of Economy.
During the debate, the opposition side raised split opinions about the 14 consequential bills.
Our position is that we are not going to support 4 of the bills. We will support the rest, and I want this to be recorded in the answer.
Adding to what I've said before, we withdraw what we have stated for the such purpose. Our position, we support the whole bills.
NFP leader Biman Prasad objected to the Parliamentary Retirement Allowances Budget Amendment Bill 2018.
There's a 5-year parliamentary term, you serve 4.5 years, then you're entitled to pension. What we are saying, Parliament is no longer 5 years. Parliament is now only 4 years. So for an MP, must serve 3.5 years to be entitled to the pension.
Minister for Economy Aya Said Kayum says this and other budget reforms require changes to the laws, adding there are 19 consequential bills to this year's budget. Meanwhile, the budget of over $4 billion was not opposed by any member of the House without any amendments. Akusita Tale, FBC News.
Duty on beer and cigarettes was one of the hot topics in Parliament today. Opposition MP Prem Singh mentioned that duty on these products has increased by 45% in the 3 years, depriving low-income earners a few bottles to enjoy at the end of the week. Anuravulo reports that Singh was told to withdraw his statement after making comments about government MPs.
With the increased duty of 15% on alcohol and cigarettes, Opposition MP Prem Singh says NFP is just trying to put things into perspective for low-income earners.
We are not promoting drinking of beer, consumption of cigarettes. What we're trying to do is to put it in perspective for the other side, because there are people on the other side who can afford champagne every day. And there are people on this side of the house who cannot afford 2 bottles of beer a day. That's the difference, Madam Speaker.
Actually, it's misleading Parliament. I don't drink champagne every day. I don't think anybody on this side of Parliament.
I said some.
No, even some of them. So who? Nobody
they
here
can
drinks
afford
champagne every day.
They can afford.
On this side of Parliament. No, you take it metaphorically, then you state it metaphorically if you want to be clever. If you want to be sarcastic, be clever about sarcasm, because sarcasm is the lowest form of wit. You know that.
Singh was told to withdraw his comments alongside the Assistant Minister for Women's comments.
Yes, one.
We have withdrawn.
Huh?
I have withdrawn.
What appalls me most is that Honorable Prasad and Honorable Singh stand in this august house and promote beer. I'm wondering if people are feeling sorry for the women and the children who are beaten up after the consumption of beer.
The Honourable Assistant Minister is misleading the Parliament and the public again. Never we said, or I said, that we are promoting beer, consumption of beer.
However, the Minister for Women cleared things on alcohol consumption relating to domestic violence.
Alcohol may not be the root cause of domestic violence, but it is a contributing factor, like many other things.
The duty on alcohol and cigarettes is now effective. Anuravulo, FBC News.
Registered nurses' positions that have been advertised are currently being processed. Health Minister Rosie Akbar confirmed that this will be completed in the next fortnight. Akbar says intern nurses working at CWM Hospital who applied for the positions will also be offered contracts if they get selected through the process. She says the ministry has received around 300 applications for the 120 posts that were advertised.
The contracts of the interns will be extended for 3 months from 31st of July. This is where the contract expires, to ensure that we do not disadvantage any of our intern nurses while the selection process, the appeals process and the issuing of contracts to successful interns take place.
The 4 Navy sailors involved in the grounding of RFNS Kiro on July 14, 2016 will be sentenced next Friday. The accused are Lieutenant Commander Saula Tuilevuka, Lieutenant Samuel Vikaitonga, Lieutenant Ben Salavakau and Ensign Michael Brown. They appeared before the General Court Martial at the RFMF camp in Nambour this morning, where Judge Advocate Lieutenant Colonel Jiten Singh delivered his sentencing remarks. Lieutenant Colonel Singh said the accused have been convicted of the charges against them and the maximum penalty is 2 years imprisonment. However, he has advised the court to consider the mitigation from the accused and their witnesses, as well as the prosecution's sentencing remarks, requesting a lenient sentence. Still to come, the Employment Ministry to submit 10 priority areas for workforce. And Lautoka man fights difficulties for family survival. Stay with us.
Bula, neva ngo malakai leloma, ngo ngai nakas on duwa rong nam bula fep, nam bandua ena sere.
Hoya o basit sai se lambasa, ya on teleta ina warong nam bula FM nam bandua ena sere.
Gua da tumeli ako na tau no hinga toka, taleta kina na warong nam bula FM, nam bandua ena sere.
Wana tuma nam bula FM, nam bandua ena sere maluan.
Na evango fane na tau no singa toka, kita on taleta kana bula FM, nam bandua ena sere.
Bula FM, nam bandua ena sere.
The Employment Ministry will soon submit to Cabinet 10 priority areas under the National Employment Policy in an effort to promote employment opportunities. Deputy Permanent Secretary for Employment Vilimon Mbalen Rokandroka says this includes job creation for young people, private investment to create jobs, and promoting access to overseas employment. Savaira Tambo reports.
Deputy Permanent Secretary Mbalen Rokandroka believes with these priority areas, Fiji will be able to achieve less than 4% unemployment rate by 2020.
Our priority area number 1 focuses on young people, and it's really providing that link, that important link for young people, particularly those that just come out of school, and ensuring that what they learn in school is really the needs that are available there in the labor market.
Minister Johnny Wusamate this week highlighted the ministry will continue working towards providing employment, and the new budget includes more than enough to work with.
Ministry has received a budget of 16.7 billion, and we are looking forward to the different programs that we will implement.
He stressed that their programs must focus on the current youth unemployment rate of 18%. Sabira Tambua, FBC News.
A 34-year-old man living with a disability has decided to start his own business in order to support his mother. Imran Hussain of Lautoka, who was let go by his former employer due to his disability, decided that he would not opt for a business rather than begging. As Felipe Naikaso reports, Imran's dreams turned into reality following assistance from the Ministry of Youth and Sports.
Imran Hussein has never depended on anyone, and even when he was unemployed, he went physically from house to house looking for any type of work.
These days, people, when they help once, they will say, oh, we did this, we did. No, I personally say that I am an independent person, and I want to do things that I can do, right? I don't want to depend on anyone.
The Ministry of Youth and Sports were inspired by the determination showed by Imran and decided to help start up a stall at the Lotoka market.
He did not give up. He had the will to go around and look for work and to start something, a business for himself.
Imran says that he is forever grateful to the ministry as he aims to become a successful businessman.
Life was hard when I had nothing, and I had a lot of challenges because no one was supporting me throughout my hard times, yeah.
The ministry has also stated that they will continue to monitor Imran's progress. Philip and Ikaso, FBC News.
Fijians can expect 11 hours of non-stop music with lots of great food and entertainment at the 2018 Thurston Food and Music Festival this Saturday. Event coordinator Lana Kaloni Singer says the festival will present live music and provide a platform for local musicians to showcase their talents. Kelly Badala reports.
More than 1,000 people are expected at this year's Thurston Food and Music Festival in Suva, considering the huge public response last year.
It's also an international style event, so it's outside the normal things that we see in Fiji. It's a festival atmosphere and it's for families, so we encourage families to come on down, bring a mat, bring a chair, bring some happy vibes and come and enjoy a beautiful day.
Kaloni Singer says everyone can expect entertainment from the likes of Nem and Tale, the gang Inside Out and even Knox Entertainment. Meanwhile, FBC's Gold FM program director Kara Koroi is urging Fijians to get their tickets.
Tickets $25. We've got tickets available at FBC, Ginger Cafe and the Rock Cafe as well. They're selling pretty fast, so we're stressing the fact that people should get their tickets first before they actually plan out the day, because it's like 12 hours. You can easily stop by for a few minutes and then you take off again and then you come back for some more.
The festival has been organized by the Fiji Broadcasting Corporation, Knox Entertainment, Pacific Beverages and the Suva City Council. So if you have nothing to do this Saturday and love music, bring your family down to enjoy some delicious food and great entertainment. Kelly Badala, FBC News.
Identifying resources using the newly launched Vanua Geospatial Information System will help guide infrastructure growth in the Pacific. Experts say the application is only used in Fiji at the moment, but soon will extend to other countries in the region.
Across the region, countries are going through rapid infrastructural growth, so identifying the correct material for building infrastructure is vital.
You can't build your roads, you can't have your footpaths, you can't have good schools, you can't have secure housing. All our goods and services that come from offshore require good jetties and wharves so you can move products around and everything else. And to build all those you need good geoscience, background information, so you can do the designs correctly.
Permanent Secretary for Lands and Mineral Resources Malakai Finau says using the application will also help disseminate information during natural disasters quickly.
Earthquake and tsunamis, there were presentations on in the event that there are big earthquakes that occur near Fiji, especially from the Tonga side, that would cause damage. So the need for us to be prepared, the need for us to be able to detect and disseminate the information quickly to the people.
Finau says disseminating warnings before and after natural hazards is important for all Pacific Island countries, especially when we get affected by it frequently. Catherine Krishna, FBC News.
In sports later with Jamie, the FIFA World Cup final has been decided, but up next is Rachel with business.
Thanks, Jackie. Good evening, and coming up after the break. Fiji considering PNG trade proposal. And in growing Fiji, Fijian plastic bottles hits Australia. Stay with us.
Voila, I am Eleanor. For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singapore. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Yeni Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Coral Coast, Singatoka. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Marida. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outrigger, Singatoka.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
In business tonight, Fiji is considering a proposal from Papua New Guinea to establish a free trade agreement between our two nations. Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama confirmed to FBC News that Fijian officials will soon begin collecting information needed to ink the agreement. Here's more details. Earlier this week, Papua New Guinea Prime Minister Peter O'Neill proposed a free trade agreement with Fiji.
Trade and investment between our countries is growing, but it could be better. I would like to explore the possibility of a free trade agreement between our two countries so that we can take advantage of the strengths and collective strength that we have in our respective economies.
Would Fiji consider a free trade?
We're going to take it up between ourselves here.
So you'll consider it? Yeah. Trade Minister Fayaz Koya says this agreement would be a fantastic opportunity for the country.
We are good trading partners. You know, we trade with them, they send us goods, we send them goods. And part of our MSG group in any event, so good for Fiji.
A free trade agreement involves cooperation between at least two countries to reduce trade barriers, import quotas and tariffs, while increasing trade and services with each other. And we now join Gary from HFC Bank with the latest from the money market.
Looking at the latest from the foreign exchange market, the US dollar steadied near a 6-month high after the latest economic data reaffirmed expectations the Federal Reserve will hike interest rates 2 more times this year. While financial markets remain vexed by the increase of a full-scale China-US trade war, investor focus was drawn to the US Labor Department's inflation report, which boosted confidence in their economy. US producer prices rose in June with gains in the cost of services and motor vehicles, leading to the biggest annual increase in 6.5 years. Australia's main stock index bounced back today, led by gains in banks and healthcare shares, but mining and oil fell on fears that the rapidly escalating US-China trade dispute will slow global demand. And that's it from me, Pinaka.
Thanks, Gary. Taking a look at today's currency exchange rate set this morning for the Fijian dollar. Foreign exchange markets are fluctuating due to the impending China-US trade war, and it hasn't helped our dollar, which showed gains only against the Australian dollar but fell against the other currencies we cover. As for the commodities market, oil prices were down to close at $70.57 per barrel. Gold was down as well to close at $1,242 an ounce, and silver closed at $15.77 an ounce. And in Growing Fiji tonight, in an effort to clear the environment of plastic bottles, Please Global Limited is working with an Australian company to recycle bottles into new bottles. Pranita Prakash reports.
Please Global Limited says they want their bottles recycled into new bottles and not into fibre.
We chose to recycle our bottles back to Australia because there's one factory there, it's the only one in the Southern Hemisphere, that can turn our bottles into food-grade PET, which can then be bought by water bottling factories or soft drink factories to make a new bottle. So that's recycling, that's why we did it.
The bottles are ground into small pieces and shipped to Australia for recycling.
That factory will take that flake and they will mix it in with all the millions of bottles that they get back from their market in Australia and process that back through a series of high technology machinery to make food-grade PET.
Waterways Minister Dr. Mahendra Reddy has commended the efforts of Please Global.
We applaud this initiative and we look forward to meeting with them and discussing how they can go and do this Fiji-wide.
Please Global strongly believes that Fijians need to work with the municipal councils to create a collection system for getting the bottles to a recycling centre for processing. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
And that's business for tonight. JV joins you now with sports.
Thank you, Rachel, and good evening. Up ahead in sports, the latest from the Fiji Sevens side ahead of Rugby World Cup Sevens.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Pritika from Jax Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
With just over a week to go before Rugby World Cup Sevens 2018 kicks off in San Francisco, and reports from the Fiji camp are positive. The Fiji Airways Sevens side will play its first match against either Uruguay or Japan next Saturday. Vasnil Prasad has more.
With 8 days away from its opening match, Fiji Sevens coach Gareth Beiba says they have studied their opponents.
Which is coloured with our flows, obviously because of the Fijian style. So we're going to have to be very careful around that. One of the biggest things we're going to need to do is control the ball. I say this very often, but you know, we do have weaponry in terms of.
Beiba says the players are in their best form, and with stars like Joshua Tuisova, Semi Randrandra, Leone Nakarawa and Semi Kunatani in mix, it just tops up everything they do.
506 kgs and also doing the conditioning levels that we need them to be able to do to support the game around your Jerry Two Eyes, your Batamoro Rus.
5 days away from naming his final 12, Beiba has already hinted on few names who could play as utilities.
2 or 3 players that could play across both forwards and backs, namely Savaloni, who's done it before, Roni has played hooker for me on times, and Samir Andrew and Tim when we were in London as well, we've been down a couple of players. So there's always opportunity to name a back that could potentially play in the forwards.
The side wraps up its preparation in Utah on Saturday before moving to San Francisco for the World Cup next weekend. Vasnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
When league leaders Suva meet Nandranga on Saturday, they could end the Stallions' 5-year grip on the Skipper Cup. Suva will also be out to settle the score against the Stallions, who handed them their only loss in the competition this year. John Tambore has more.
This Saturday, it'll be a chance for these young men to rewrite the history of Super Rugby, and the skipper will be one of the key men.
For us, the plan is just that we do our basics and we just worry about ourselves, what we want to do and what we want to achieve on Saturday. As usual, what we've been doing from the first game from the first match of the Skipper Cup till now, nothing changed, the same as usual.
With much pressure for this young side to perform, Ryan Reyes says the team is ready to take on the defending champions.
Really excited about Saturday because we're first timers, a lot of first timers here for the final, and we're really looking up for the challenge. And everybody's looking forward to playing Saturday and excited for the training session this week, especially on the game day.
Sensational halfback Penny Matawal will be a player to watch for this Saturday. He has been one of Suba's star players this season and could be the X factor that Suba needs to win the cup.
I'm very excited on this Saturday, and I'm just making sure that I'm going to do the game plan well, and the boys are ready to take on Nandranga this Saturday.
In the last decade, Suba has failed to bring home the Skipper Cup trophy. Now this Saturday, this will be a chance for this young team to bring back something that has evaded the capital city for years. John Tabori, FBC Sports.
The Fiji Sports Commission Chair Peter Mazie is urging the Levuka Weightlifting Club and Weightlifting Fiji to take advantage of the mediation council set up by the Chief Justice. Mazie says the council has professionally trained international mediators that can assist in solving disputes. Meli Tavanga reports.
FSC Chair Peter Mazie says the Mediation Council is a possible way to solve the ongoing dispute of the Levuka Weightlifting Club boycotting future competitions under Weightlifting Fiji and at international meets.
That may be the way to go, but I'd like to think that if we all sit down and we all talk, we may come to a solution. And so that's what I'm hoping we can do with weightlifting.
However, Prime Minister Vorenke Bainimarama says he has not been asked to intervene with the matter.
Nobody's approached me. No, the Minister of Sports, I haven't had any complaints from that source to the Minister of Sports for us to intervene.
Meanwhile, Maisie has advised national federations to take their differences to the council and avoid negative consequences.
We are very keen on sports being part of that. You may recall we had problems with chess last year that went to court. It's most probably easier that it's handled by professionals, and the Mediation Council is heading that way. They're all fully trained mediators, international mediators, not just locals. And that may be the way to go.
Maisie earlier said the government will not intervene in the suspension of the Levuka club following their boycott. He says it's an internal matter that can be solved internally. Meli Tabanga, FBC Sports.
Fijian welterweight champion Sebastian Singh isn't fretting ahead of his bout with Lambasa-based Rakuro Ndaunivavana in the Seaside Boxing Promotion in Nandi tomorrow. Back in the ring after 6 months, the sniper's message is clear.
I think just continue what I've been doing, is demolishing everybody who comes in front of me. That's basically what it is. That's the only mindset me and my team have. You know, everybody, it doesn't matter how we get the job done, but we have to get the job done.
Croatia rallied from behind to beat England 2-1 in extra time of their FIFA World Cup semi-final clash this morning. Its fairy tale run now continues to Monday morning, where it will play France in its first World Cup final appearance. That's it from Sports Tonight. Angie joins you later on with weather and in new media. A look at some of the rumored features of the yet-to-be-revealed Samsung Galaxy S10. That's coming up.
Narang golesenya, awama kita nakas, dorong bina kape, on radio Fijuan, nandong ibit.
Ayaw benyana, ito barong on radio Fijuan, nandong ibisi, hinatoka.
Guado ilaisa hingatoka, rong bina na heramakawa ina radio Fijuan hingatoka.
Radio Fijuan, nandong ibiti.
In new media, according to reports, the next Samsung Galaxy S could have up to 5 cameras. Sounds nutty, but very Samsung. To weather time now with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. Another hot sunny day was upon us today, though light showers had a slight show, but it didn't last long. All this heat will bring us few showers later tonight just to cool things off. Taking a look in the west, so sunny, I know it must have been a beautiful sight. Eastwards from Pekhabarasuva, a mild one with temperatures slightly rising to the 30s in the afternoon. And up north, much of the same with a scenario like the other centers. At sea, easterly winds 15 to 20 knots, moderate to rough seas. For the tides, low tide at 11:26 p.m. with high tide at 5:45 a.m. Sunrise at 6:38. For tomorrow, it's Friday, but it looks like it will be a rainy one. Tomorrow's temps, it's getting a bit warmer, and so are the temperatures. And looking further on to Saturday, a mixed weather situation can be expected. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In Fiji on Pulse tonight, we asked, should teachers found guilty of misconduct be given custodial sentences?
Very definitely, sure. You do the crime, you do the time.
I think so, it's yes, because it would make children feel safer to go back to school.
Yes, I think, well, if they're found guilty, they should face the consequences of their actions.
Teachers, they have high rankings in the government, and when they do these kind of things, I think they should be punished accordingly.
I believe they should, because they are the one who's supposed to lead by example.
Yes, they should, because they should show example to the students.
Recapping the main stories for tonight, national budget passed in Parliament, debate on alcohol taxes hits Parliament floors, and Croatia to meet France in World Cup football final. Now, for these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question segment this week, we're asking, should there be new approaches done to create awareness on diabetes? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, our shot of the day comes from the Garden of the Sleeping Giant, taken by Diana. This was the scene at the famous gardens on Saturday. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, stay safe. Good night.
मैं नवनीत नंद नंबुआ लुम्बुआ से। जैसे फ्रेनी नोट मशहूर है, वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 भी सभी जगह मशहूर है। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
सीमा नकाशी से मैं रेडियो फीजी 2 पसंद करती हूँ सुनने के लिए। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
मैं हूँ अंकल किंग सिंगाटोका टाउन के टैक्सी ड्राइवर। जैसे रग्बी फेमस है, वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 फेमस है।
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।